Think your bike is fast? Cute. These are the world's deadliest 1000cc plus motorcycles. Machines so powerful they don't accelerate, they teleport. One mistake, and you're a trending headline. These aren't just rides, they're rocket launches with handlebars, built for riders who laugh in the face of reason, and occasionally pavement. Today, we're counting down the top 10 death-dealing beasts that blur the line between thrill and outright madness. So grab your helmet, say goodbye to common sense, and let's meet the bikes that make even professional racers sweat. Quick disclaimer before we unleash these monsters: motorcycles aren't deadly. It's the rider who can't handle the greatness that makes them dangerous. Respect the throttle, and it'll respect you. Let's kick off. The KTM 1290 Super Duke R, rightfully nicknamed the Beast, is one of the most brutally aggressive motorcycles on the planet. Powered by a 1301cc V-twin engine, it cranks out 180 horsepower and enough torque to twist reality. With a blistering 0 to 60 time of just 2.6 seconds and a top speed nearing 180 miles per hour, this machine doesn't ride, it attacks. It's a purebred street fighter that demands respect, precision, and experience. What makes it truly deadly is its instantaneous torque delivery. Twist the throttle a bit too much, and the front wheel's in the air before your brain catches up. It's agile, raw, and completely unfiltered, like taming a wild animal on asphalt. Even experienced riders refer to it as a dragon wrapped in plastic. While it does come with modern electronics like traction control and cornering ABS, the Super Duke R never hides its true nature: a fearsome, unforgiving machine built for adrenaline junkies. Like what you've seen? Subscribe now, because it is going to get deadlier. The BMW S1000RR, ominously nicknamed the Silent Assassin, is the kind of machine that whispers sophistication while plotting pure chaos. With its sleek, aerodynamic lines and premium build quality, it looks more like a precision instrument than a weapon. But don't be fooled. Beneath that polished surface is a 999 cubic centimeter inline-4 engine that produces a staggering 205 horsepower, launching it to 188 miles per hour and 0 to 60 in just 3.1 seconds. It comes loaded with tech: traction control, cornering ABS, ride modes, and launch control. But here's the twist: the electronics are only guardrails. When you push the S1000RR hard, especially into corners at 180 miles per hour, the bike stops asking and starts taking over. It becomes an apex predator. One mistake, one misjudged line, and the calm, calculated assassin reveals its true nature: cold, fast, and absolutely unforgiving. This bike doesn't roar, it strikes silently, and by the time you realize it, you're already in deep. The Yamaha YZF-R1M is more than just a superbike. It's a street-legal slice of MotoGP engineering, fine-tuned for riders who crave the track experience on public roads. At its core is a 998 cubic centimeter crossplane inline-4 engine, churning out 200 horsepower and pushing the limits with a top speed of 186 miles per hour. But numbers only tell half the story. What makes the R1 million truly deadly is its ability to seduce riders into thinking they're Valentino Rossi. With carbon bodywork, electronically controlled suspension, a 6-axis IMU, and MotoGP-grade electronics, it feels like the bike is reading your mind, right before it pushes you to ride beyond your limits. It's not just fast, it's intelligently fast. But be warned, confidence comes easy on the 1 million rand, and overconfidence is where the danger hides. It's precise, powerful, and when provoked, terrifyingly unforgiving. This isn't just a bike, it's race DNA unleashed on the streets. So the Kawasaki Ninja ZX-14R doesn't tiptoe around speed, it obliterates it. Nicknamed the Heavy Hitter, this bike packs a 1,441 cubic centimeter inline-4 engine, delivering a colossal 208 horsepower and reaching a jaw-dropping top speed of 208 miles per hour. That's not just fast, it's warp speed for mortals. And despite tipping the scales at over 260 kilograms, the ZX-14R moves with the ferocity of a missile disguised in sport bike bodywork. It's engineered for high-speed stability, long-distance performance, and aggressive acceleration that feels like it's trying to peel your skin off. The weight doesn't slow it down. It just gives the speed more mass, more force, more risk. Every twist of the throttle sends a wave of torque that dares your reflexes to keep up. This isn't a nimble corner slicer. It's a runway rocket that wants long roads and longer guts. Respect it, or the ZX-14R will remind you exactly how heavy 208 miles per hour can hit. The Ducati Panigale 4R is what happens when Italian passion meets mechanical insanity. Think of it as a Ferrari with handlebars, only louder, angrier, and less forgiving. Beneath its seductive red fairings lies a 998 cubic centimeter Desmosedici Stradale 5.4 engine, pumping out 221 horsepower, or 234 horsepower with the race kit, and a top speed north of 199 miles per hour. This isn't a motorcycle, it's an Italian tantrum at 14,500 RPM. The throttle response is instantaneous and violent, offering no mercy for hesitation. It's so responsive that if your timing is even a fraction off, you'll find yourself airborne, or worse, airborne then sliding. Designed with World SBK homologation in mind, the V4R comes equipped with aerodynamic winglets, a rigid chassis, and cutting-edge electronics. But don't let the tech fool you. This bike doesn't care about your comfort, only your capability. The Panigale V4R is beautiful chaos, and it'll gladly teach you pain in Italian. Halfway there, hit subscribe and tell us, would you ride this? The Suzuki Hayabusa, known globally as the godfather of speed, is a legend that defined an era. With its distinctive aerodynamic design and 1,340 cubic centimeter inline-4 engine, the Hayabusa dishes out 188 horsepower and rockets to a top speed of nearly 194 miles per hour. It was once the undisputed fastest production motorcycle in the world, and even today, it commands immense respect. Unlike some modern bikes cushioned with forgiving tech, the original Hayabusa was raw and unfiltered, more missile than motorcycle. Its sheer weight, around 264 kilograms, gives it stability at ridiculous speeds, but also demands a strong and skilled rider. It's the bike that separated the brave from the foolish, the committed from the curious. While newer models come with traction control, ABS, and ride modes, that brute force DNA still pulses under the fairings. The Hayabusa isn't just fast, it's legacy on wheels, a two-wheeled titan that made speed feel sacred and slightly suicidal. The Honda CBR 1000RR-R Fireblade SP is what happens when a company obsessed with perfection decides to unleash hell on the racetrack. With a name longer than most CVs, because apparently more R's mean more speed, this Fireblade isn't just an evolution, it's a full-blown reinvention. Powered by a 999 cubic centimeter inline-4 engine, producing a jaw-dropping 214 horsepower, it rockets beyond 186 miles per hour with surgical precision. But don't let Honda's typically sensible image fool you. This bike is a scalpel dipped in rocket fuel. It's incredibly refined, with Öhlins semi-active suspension, Brembo brakes, and a race-derived electronics suite that could put fighter jets to shame. But it's also unforgiving. Overstep your skill level and the Fireblade will let you know, violently. It rewards precision and punishes ego, carving corners like a surgeon and exploding out of them like a missile. It's not just fast, it's fast with intent, and it never forgets who's in charge. The Lightning LS 218, ominously nicknamed the Electric Widowmaker, is the bike that shatters every misconception about electric motorcycles being tame or boring. With 200 horsepower and a jaw-dropping 168 pound-feet of torque, this silent assassin rockets to a mind-blowing top speed of 218 miles per hour, making it the fastest street-legal production motorcycle on the planet. And it does it all without a single gear shift. There's no engine growl, no mechanical drama, just instant, relentless acceleration that hits harder than most superbikes even realize. One twist of the throttle and you're not accelerating. You're being launched, silently, like a missile with no warning siren. The LS218 doesn't just challenge traditional motorcycles, it humiliates them. It's the purest form of speed, immediate, terrifying, and eerily quiet. With great power comes Well, mostly the need for excellent health insurance. Because if you're not prepared, this bike won't just break records, it'll break your grip on reality. The MTT 420RR, better known as the jet bike, is what happens when common sense leaves the garage and insanity takes the handlebars. Powered by an actual Rolls-Royce Allison turbine engine, this beast delivers a whopping 420 horsepower and an absurd 500 pound-feet of torque. Its estimated top speed? Over 250 miles per hour. That's not just fast, it's aircraft-level dangerous. Riding the 420RR isn't transportation, it's a physics experiment with consequences. There's no clutch, no gears, just a twist-and-go throttle that feeds you straight into the hands of G-force. And yes, it'll cost you more than a Lamborghini. But honestly, what price do you put on strapping yourself to a jet engine and praying for traction? This bike isn't just rare, it's unhinged. Built for the bravest, boldest, and maybe slightly unwell, the MTT 420RR redefines speed in a way that borders on criminal. It's not a ride, it's turbine-powered lunacy on two wheels. The Kawasaki Ninja H2R isn't just a motorcycle, it's a mechanical dare. Often hailed as the king of danger, this supercharged beast is so powerful, it's banned from public roads. And rightly so, with a 998 cubic centimeter supercharged inline-4 engine, the H2R produces 310 horsepower, boosted to 326 horsepower with RAM air, and reaches a brain-melting top speed of over 249 miles per hour. That's not just fast, that's blink and you're in another postcode, fast. Its carbon fiber winglets aren't just for show, they're essential to keep this unholy missile from lifting off the ground. The frame, the suspension, the tires, every piece is straining to hold this monster together under full throttle. It's a bike that even professional racers approach with caution, because one wrong move and it's game over. The H2R doesn't offer forgiveness, only velocity and violence. It's not just the fastest production bike ever. It's the closest thing to strapping yourself to an explosion and hitting go. And there you have it, the 10 deadliest 1000cc plus motorcycles ever unleashed on two wheels. These aren't just machines, they're weapons, designed to blur the line between man and missile. From jet-powered monsters to race-bred legends, every bike on this list shares one thing in common: they demand respect. Because when you're straddling 200 plus horsepower, it's not about riding anymore, it's about survival. So whether you're a seasoned rider or an armchair speed freak, remember, these bikes aren't just fast, they're feral, furious, and one mistake away from catastrophe. If you enjoyed this adrenaline-fueled countdown, hit that like button, subscribe for more high-octane content, and let us know in the comments, which one of these beasts would you dare to ride? Until next time, ride safe, stay fast, and respect the throttle.